Hello, Smash community and gaming community at large. You may not know me, but something has transpired over the last few days in the Smash community that I felt that I needed to have an input on. First of all, who am I and why am I speaking on this topic? Well, my name is Kia, and I was the president of Super Smash Bros. At UCI for a year, and I ran their weeklies. I also TO'd a major event, Zotcade, and captained a crew from UCI to go on to the CSL Grand Finals in Shine 2018. It was one of the best times of my life. It made my university experience, and it was amazing. I made so many friends and so many great memories, and I'll never forget that. It was some of the best times of my life. Now, what does Smash mean to me? Smash is something near and dear to my heart. It was one of the first, if not the first, video game that I picked up when I was a kid. I played Smash 64 with my cousins. Smash 4 I played competitively. Smash Ultimate now back to playing with friends. And the Smash community has always felt inclusive to me. I never felt like an outsider. It was never about who the person was behind the controller. We were either competing for the win, playing for fun, or trying to meet some objective. I made friends from all different kinds of backgrounds whom I would have never spoken with otherwise. In general, as a TO of a weekly for my tournament scene for a year, I felt proud of what I did. I never felt like I excluded anybody. I never felt like I abused my power. And I never felt like I had regrets. There's an elephant in the room, however. When you have a community that is so inclusive, that brings people from all different kinds of backgrounds, ages together, there's bound to be some sort of friction, some sort of unfortunate events, let's say. The events that were written about over the past few days have deeply saddened me and shocked me. It's 12:59 a.m. on July 2nd now. I cannot sleep because of what I've seen happen. My mind was abuzz with things that I felt like I had to get out, things that I want our community leaders to hear, my fellow Smash players, my peers, my colleagues, anybody in the gaming community who thinks that they can relate to this. I want you to hear my message. The elephant in the room, other than the many problems that exist in gaming as a whole, not limited to misogyny, homophobia, transphobia, racism, xenophobia, I can go on, sexual assault, pedophilia, sexual abuse. These are the types of issues that have come forward over the past few days. This is not new to our community. Members have been banned from the Smash community over pedophilia, sexual assault, and abuse allegations in the past. What makes these past few days so different is that more voices are being heard. The victims of these heinous acts are speaking up. I'd like to let them know they are brave. If you're watching, you are brave. It takes a lot to speak up in a community that oftentimes turns on you. I don't want to repeat the issues with gaming as a whole, but they apply to Smash as well. As much as we like to think of it as an inclusive community, there are members. Let me be clear here. What I'm talking about, for those of you who perhaps are not involved with the Smash scene, have not attended gaming conventions, etc., is an issue with a grassroots movement that is not regulated as harshly as other leagues and sports, for instance. Tournament organizers have the best of intentions. They want to provide an area for people to compete in a game that they're passionate about. Unfortunately, these types of fresh scenes are vulnerable to predators coming and thriving in this sort of an environment. A relationship obviously cannot occur exclusively within the venue, but these relationships flourish within the tournament scene without supervision, in isolation, so that events can occur outside of the venue. The thing is, it doesn't even require that much for a TO to step up, put some rules in place, and all of a sudden, the scene is a lot safer for everyone there. This is a problem that we need to address. And I'm not here just to call out an issue and leave it at that. I would like to offer solutions that tournament organizers, leaders, pillars of the community can put in effect starting today. We're all quarantined at home, so we can make these preparations for when tournaments start to reopen. That's my goal. Solution number 1. You can have written consent from a legal guardian of a minor to attend a Smash tournament or a club meeting or a Smash event or what have you. This is actually a solution that I wonder why I didn't put it in place. In hindsight, I would have done this myself. Solution number 2. It's actually already being done. We have tournaments over Wi-Fi, and while they're not perfect, they don't foster this kind of behavior. And any sort of interaction that could happen on these online tournaments could potentially happen in the internet at large over social media. There are more complicated solutions that I believe would be difficult for a grassroots community like Smash Bros to start enforcing. But I think these are goals that we can strive towards. I would suggest chaperoning. When you have someone over 18, hopefully a legal guardian or a parent beside you, sure. The context is that, okay, it's not great to have your parent when you're, 16, 15, 14. You just want to be with your friends and you want to have fun. Well, they're there just in case things go wrong. And as we have seen, things do go wrong. Now, there are pitfalls with this. Of course, legal guardians are not always going to attend with their children. If it's an older brother, perhaps his care is a little more lax compared to the legal guardian. I could go on, but no solution is perfect, and I'm trying to suggest solutions that mitigate this issue without being impractical or unreasonable. Another solution. This is a little more far-fetched. However, we see businesses like Dave & Buster cater mainly towards kids, but of course, it is very possible that adults attend Dave & Buster's. I've gone to Dave & Buster's and I'm over 18. When you have the possibility of intermingling for these kids, first of all, Dave & Buster requires that somebody over 18 be there for supervision. But most importantly, what does Dave & Buster's do to encourage this so that, okay, yeah, the kid wants to go to Dave & Buster's, but how do we keep the legal guardian or the parent entertained? They have a bar, they have drinks, they have snacks, they have food. Okay. Perhaps tournament organizers in the future may consider this option, a sort of adult bar, and you could have informational posters that explain the basics of Smash to these legal guardians if they are not aware, right? I'm spitballing, but the point is that there are tournament organizers who have way more experience than I do, and I'm sure that they've encountered these issues in the past, and perhaps they have some more knowledge that they can shed on the issue. I'm simply trying to do my best to raise awareness for something that is near and dear to my heart. I love the Smash community. It made my college experience whole. I talk to my friends from the Smash community to this day. I look up to many of them. We need to create a Smash community in the future that is accessible by all, that is kind to all, that is just to all. In the distant future, I hope that Smash can have an under 18 league and an over 18 league, similar to many sports. I think that this division would inherently solve a lot of the problems that we've discussed today, but it would also allow for more prosperous competition at different levels. I think that's something we can all look forward to. Think of it this way. If you have a weed growing in your lawn, you can pick it out, but it will grow back. If you apply a systematic approach to weed whacking, you can not only get rid of a lot more weeds, but the ones that do grow back grow fairly obviously, and you can get rid of them and maintain a proper lawn. You know, the sad truth is, there are plenty of relationships that Smash has fostered that are platonic between adults and minors. But the fact is, and yeah, having your parents, older brother, or a legal guardian there might be a huge bummer in fostering some of these relationships. But if you have that same vision for Smash that I do, for the big leagues, on TV, a national sport, these problems have to be resolved early on. We cannot allow this to be the image of our community. And this is where I would like to call out the pillars of our community: Gimmer, Champ, fill in the blank. Whoever you know that is in some way of great influence in charge of running tournaments for our community, not just for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, for Super Smash Bros. Melee, for other fighting games, for any gaming convention, tournament, what have you. There are steps that we can take to avoid a lot of these issues. And I think that it's imperative that we start thinking about these solutions now, so that by the time these large gaming centers open up, these tournaments start. I think it's really important that we start thinking about these solutions now, so that by the time tournaments start opening up, gaming conventions start opening up, we are ready to not only think about, but also put into place a lot of these solutions. It is my hope that my original vision of the Smash community being inclusive, friendly, inviting, remain true, become a reality. Because frankly, I don't see the Smash community as inviting anymore. And that's a shame. I once again cannot stress how deeply saddened I am by this. It's heartbreaking to see your community in shambles, in tears, trauma, horrible memories, horrible events occurring. This is unacceptable. We can do better. It's up to you to make it happen. We are united as one. We are Smash United. I encourage you to share this with leaders in our community. I feel that it is important that they hear this. At the end of the day, we all just want to play Smash Bros. So let's make that accessible and fun for everyone. Let's not create a culture of fear and uncertainty. We need to hold each other accountable, and we need to make sure that this is a safe space for all of us. Thank you for listening.